Hey yo, what's going on, viewers of the tube? My name is Tyler and welcome to the channel that thinks Ferris Bueller was saying steak instead of shake.
Well, shake it up, baby, now. Don't sit and pout. Come on, come on, come on, baby, now. Proof of work it on out. Wow, work it on out.
You know the stakes. It's time for Chico Crypto. Yes, it's time for staking episode number 2. Yesterday, we deep dove into Ethereum and the launch of their proof of stake beacon chain, slated for the end of the year or possibly the beginning of Q1. Chico Army is now prepared in the trenches, but we can't get comfortable. Many Ethereum DeFi projects are getting ready for their own staking contracts, and General Chico's sights are dead set on their launch. So let's begin with my number 1 altcoin holding, Chainlink, which even outdoes Ethereum in terms of percentages in my portfolio. And a major reason I chose to dive heavily into Chainlink is because of how their staking contract is involved with Chainlink nodes in the network. So to begin, for those of you who don't know what Chainlink is, it's a decentralized Oracle solution, where Oracle nodes provide input and output data for things like payments, market data, web APIs, events, and even other blockchains. This data is provided reliably to requesters of data, which could be anyone from a bank, Ethereum DeFi, supply chains, or even stock exchanges. Chainlink nodes are basically mining for input and output data from a variety of requesters on its network, just like Bitcoin miners are mining complex math problems on its own distributed network. Now, anyone can build a Chainlink node and start providing data to requesters, but for the high-value smart contracts like contracts involving derivatives worth millions of dollars, the requester can't take a chance of getting bad data from a node. Thus, Chainlink has created a deposit, staking, and penalty contract for their nodes. If a Link Oracle node wants to be chosen for the high-value smart contract jobs, they will need to have a good amount of Chainlink staked as collateral, just in case they provide unreliable or wrong data, or the node goes offline when it should have been providing that data. Now, the entire Chainlink stake of that node won't go poof for one wrong move, but a penalty will happen, taking a percentage of the staked Link tokens, and it will affect their reputation. Now, many people are uninformed about what the Link token is. A good majority think Link is just a general ERC20 token, but that is false. Link is actually an ERC677 token, giving it the transfer and call functions, which let the token trigger a smart contract to behave in a certain way. Chainlink is one of the only tokens utilizing this standard and was made specifically to pay node operators for retrieving data for smart contracts, and also for deposits placed by node operators as required by contract creators, aka for staking. So Kyle W. Santiago wrote a great Medium article on Chainlink staking, going deep dive into everything, especially explaining the complexities of how it works. I've included this article in the description, but I'm going to summarize his explanation. He says staking is essential for the network to function and happens in 2 ways. First, on the node itself, and second, on prospective contracts and queries. Yes, nodes have a stake within the node themselves as collateral, but if clients put out their contracts in the marketplace for nodes to bid on, the nodes then stake Link onto that contract, and the client gets to choose what nodes they want. The nodes that lost the bid get their staked Link back, but the nodes that won the bid have their Link tied to that contract until it's fulfilled. Once they have fulfilled what they're requested to do, they get back their staked Link, plus their agreed fee in Link. However, if that node fails to meet the pre-agreed upon conditions, they lose that staked collateral and the Link is sent to the contract creators, i.e. the penalty. Kyle explains this is important because smart contract creators and requesters bear no cost if the contract they created fails due to unreliable oracles. They get their money back in the form of staked Link collateral. As a result, this also means the value of the collateral being staked must be greater than or equal to the value of the assets being transferred in these contracts. Thus, the more the network is used, the higher the value the Link token will have. Now, there is so much more to the Oracle nodes, including the reputation and ranking system, which I could make a full video on, but I have more projects to get into, so that might be for another video. But is Chainlink staking coming soon? Well, in early September, in an interview with The Defiant, the flannel man Sergey said that the team is finalizing the implementation of the staking contract. And this is 100% true. 2 weeks ago, this was merged into the Chainlink smart contract kit. Allow Oracle to deposit funds into the coordinator. Then on Pivotal Tracker, this function is confirmed as finished. And if you go into the main Chainlink Pivotal Tracker page, we can get more insights. Scrolling down to the current iteration backlog, we can see in the weeks of November 4th to 10th, they will be working on the service agreement, which has to do with staking. And then further down, in between November 18th to the 24th, they say they will be conducting the service agreement integration tests, the last work done on the staking. I predicted staking by December a while ago, and from the looks of things, this may happen, but delays always happen, so I now predict early Q1 2020. Now this next DeFi coin also has staking coming, but unlike Chainlink, who loves surprises, this one has a published roadmap and deadlines to hit. This is the ZeroX protocol and their market maker staking contract. According to their published map, staking and extension wrappers were published and test ready on the 7th. The governance vote is taking place right now, and I vote yes. And on the 11th of November, staking goes live on the mainnet. This comes from the ZeroX Improvement Proposal 42, protocol fees. To understand how this staking works, you need to understand within the ZeroX protocol, there are two main types of actors, makers and takers. Makers are providing liquidity and trades to the protocol, while takers are the ones filling the orders or taking the trades. While the third-party actor relayers build the dexes that house these two actors, provide the ability to match orders. Previously, the ZeroX protocol itself didn't charge any fees to be used, but anyone who became a relayer and built its own DEX could decide to charge their own fees in whatever ERC20 token they wanted, but usually came in the form of Ethereum or wrapped Ethereum. Now the ZeroX protocol does charge fees, which takers pay in the form of Ethereum or wrapped Ethereum again, as it's been the coin of choice and what Ethereum DEX traders usually have at all times in their wallets. These fees are based on exchange functions. The more complex, the higher the fees. The market makers then receive their share of these protocol fees generated from their orders, which is proportional to the number of ZeroX tokens they have staked. Thus, the market makers have incentives to provide liquidity to earn the protocol fees, and can earn even more by having ZeroX staked, creating a major incentive for them to stock up on ZeroX tokens. And this goes live on November 11th, just a few more weeks, and ZeroX has been live with major relayers processing hundreds of millions in trades this year, meaning right out the gate, market makers will be getting paid. Well, just as I was researching this video, something dropped which made my life so much easier. iExec RLC dropped their token economics, explaining how the token functions in their system. Now, if you don't know, iExec has become hot on my radar lately, after some research into their involvement with the Trusted Compute Framework, which involves big names like Microsoft, Intel, Hyperledger, Alibaba Cloud, Baidu, IBM, Oracle, and more. Heavy hitters to say the least, and the other blockchain project you see up there, Chainlink. So the iExec team says the RLC token was designed from the ground up to enable the exchange of cloud computing resources. Thus, the token economics come down to an equation of exchange. M times V equals P times Q, or total amount of RLC or money in circulation on average, multiplied by the velocity of the RLC token, how fast it changed hands, equals the price of execution multiplied by the index of expenditures, or how many transactions were executed by the network. So staking with iExec was introduced in version 2 of the platform, and it is a requirement for any worker that wants to monetize its own computing power. This is called proof of contribution, and its main objective is to ensure a worker that contributes power is rewarded, and at the same time that a requester of work won't be charged unless consensus is achieved and the job is done. So similar to Chainlink, as a worker node in RLC, you stake tokens, and the more you have staked, the higher paying jobs you can get that require a lot of collateral by the work requester. Providing bad computation or work results in a penalty from that stake and affects a worker node's reputation. And one thing I didn't know is that staking is live right now, but it's about to get a major upgrade with the release of iExec v4, which is scheduled for December of this year. This includes major improvements including the long-awaited feature of GPU integration. But regarding staking, for workers to join a public worker pool, they will now need to stake, and users will have to lock RLC tokens to access the resources of the platform, such as the servers, datasets, worker pools, apps, and more. But the big one is the launch of the sidechain, which is based on proof of authority chains and bridges created by Parity Tech. Most computation operations don't need to live on the Ethereum blockchain forever, thus these operations are moved to the sidechain. But a reliable blockchain is still needed for proof of contribution. Now, any exchange of cloud resources between the sidechain is settled in RLC, while transaction validators on this sidechain will need to stake RLC as well. Well, viewers, I told you I was gonna stake it up, baby, now, and hopefully I sure did. Let me know in the comments of any other coins coming with unique staking proposals, and I'll check them out. Cheers. See you next time.